Penguin Random House Audio presents The Underground Girls of Kabul in Search of a Hidden Resistance in Afghanistan by Jenny Nordberg. Read for you by Kirsten Potter. To every girl who figured out that she could run faster and climb higher in pants. But not an Afghan woman. I would love to be anything in this world, but not a woman. I could be a parrot, I could be a female sheep, or I could be a deer or a sparrow living in a tree, but not an Afghan woman. I could be a Turkish lady with a kind brother to take my hand. I could be Tajik, or I could be Iranian, or I could be an Arab with a husband to tell me I am beautiful. But I am an Afghan woman. When there is need, I stand beside it. When there is risk, I stand in front. When there is sorrow, I grab it. When there are rights, I stand behind them. Might is right, and I am a woman, always alone, always an example of weakness. My shoulders are heavy with the weight of pains. When I want to talk, my tongue is blamed. My voice causes pain. Crazy ears can't tolerate me. My hands are useless. I can't do anything with my foolish legs. I walk with no destination. Until what time must I accept to suffer? When will nature announce my release? Where is justice's house? Who wrote my destiny? Tell him. Tell him. Tell him. I would love to be anything in nature, but not a woman. Not an Afghan woman. Roya, Kabul, 2009. Prologue. The transition begins here. I remove the black headscarf and tuck it into my backpack. My hair stays in a knotted bun on the back of my head. We will be in the air soon enough. I straighten my back and sit up a little taller, allowing my body to fill a larger space. I do not think of war. I think of ice cream in Dubai. We crowd the small vinyl-clad chairs in the departure hall of Kabul International Airport. My visa expires in a few hours. A particularly festive group of British expatriates celebrate, for the first time in months, a break from life behind barbed wire and armed guards. 3 female aid workers in jeans and slinky tops speak excitedly of a beach resort. A piece of black jersey has fallen off a shoulder, exposing a patch of already tanned skin. I stare at the unfamiliar display of flesh. For the past few months I have hardly seen my own body. It is the summer of 2011, and the exodus of foreigners from Kabul has been underway for more than a year. Despite a final push, Afghanistan feels lost to many in both the military and in the foreign aid community. Since President Obama announced that U.S. troops would begin to withdraw from Afghanistan by 2014, the international caravan has been in a rush to move on. Kabul Airport is the first stop on the way to freedom for those confined, bored, almost gone mad consultants, contractors, and diplomats. The tradespeople of peace and international development look forward to new postings where any experimentation with nation-building or poverty reduction has not yet gone awry. Already they reminisce over the early, hopeful days almost a decade ago, when the Taliban had just been defeated and everything seemed possible, when Afghanistan was going to be renovated into a secular, Western-style democracy. The airport runway is flooded with afternoon light. My cell phone catches a pocket of reception by one of the windows, and I dial Azita's number again. With a small click, we connect. She is giddy after a meeting with the Attorney General and some other public officials. The press attended too. As a politician, that is when Azita is in her element. I hear her smiling when she describes her outfit. I made myself fashionable and diplomatic. They all took my picture. The BBC, Voice of America, and Tolo TV. I had the turquoise scarf, the one you saw the other day, you know it, and the black jacket. She pauses. And a lot of makeup. Big makeup. I breathe in deeply. I am the journalist, she is the subject. The rule is to show no emotion. Azita hears my silence and immediately begins to reassure me. Things will get better soon. She is sure of it. No need to worry. My flight is called. I have to go. We say the usual things. Only for now, not goodbye. Yes, see you soon. As I rise up from the floor, where I have pressed myself to the window so as not to lose the connection, I fantasize about turning back. It could be the last scene of a film, the moment when an epiphany makes for a desperate sprint through the airport to set everything right, to get the good ending. So what if I spend another afternoon in Colonel Hotak's office being lectured about my expired visa? Some tea, a stamp in my passport, and he will let me go. As I go through each step in my head, I know I will never do it. And how would this, my last act, play out? Would I storm into Azita's house, flanked by American troops, Afghanistan's Human Rights Commission, or just by myself, with my pocket knife and my negotiation skills, fueled by rage and a conviction that anything can be fixed with just a little more effort? As I walk through the gate, the scenarios fade away. They always do. I follow the others, and once more I do what we all do. I get on the plane and just leave. Part 1. Boys. Chapter 1. The Rebel Mother. Azita, a few years earlier.
Our brother is really a girl.
One of the eager-looking twins nods to reaffirm her words. Then she turns to her sister. She agrees. Yes, it is true. She can confirm it. They are two 10-year-old identical girls, each with black hair, squirrel eyes, and a few small freckles. Moments ago we danced to my iPod set to shuffle as we waited for their mother to finish a phone conversation in the other room. We passed the headphones between us, showing off our best moves. Though I failed to match their elaborate hip rolls, some of my most inspired sing-along was met with approval. It actually sounded pretty good, bouncing off the ice-cold cement walls of the apartment in the Soviet-built maze that is home to a chunk of Kabul's small middle class. Now we sit on the gold-embroidered sofa, where the twins have set up a tea service consisting of glass mugs and a pump thermos on a silver-plated tray. The Mehman Khana is the most opulent room in an Afghan home, meant to show off the wealth and good moral character of its owners. Cassette tapes with Quran verses and peach-colored fabric flowers sit on a corner table where a crack has been soldered with Scotch tape. The twin sisters, their legs neatly folded underneath them on the sofa, are a little offended by my lack of reaction to their big reveal. Twin number 2 leans forward.
It's true. He is our little sister.
I smile at them and nod again. Yes, sure. A framed picture on a side table shows their brother posing in a V-neck sweater and tie with his grinning, mustached father. It is the only photo on display in the living room. His oldest daughters speak a shaky but enthusiastic English, picked up from textbooks and satellite television from a dish on the balcony. We just have a language barrier here, perhaps. Okay, I say, wanting to be friendly. I understand. Your sister. Now, what is your favorite color, Banafsha? She goes back and forth between red and purple before passing the question to her sister, where it gets equally serious consideration. The twins, both dressed in orange cardigans and green pants, seem to do most things in perfect girly synchronicity. Their bobbing heads are topped with glittery hair scrunchies, and only when one speaks will the other's scrunchie be still for a few seconds. Those moments are a beginner's chance to tell them apart. A small birthmark on Beheshta's cheek is the key. Banafsha means flower, Beheshta, paradise. I want to be a teacher when I grow up, Beheshta volunteers for our next topic. When it becomes each of the twins' turns to ask a question, they both want to know the same thing. Am I married? My response mystifies them since, as they point out, I am very old. I am even a few years older than their mother, who at 33 is a married mother of 4. The twins have another sister, too, in addition to their little brother. Their mother is also in the National Parliament, I say to the twins, So there are many things I am not, compared to...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?